Sage Wanderer here, and I would like to do this video to explain to you why I believe that Donald Trump is completely disqualified and mentally unstable and unable to run our country. And why he is so different from other presidents, because, you know, he's just not right. I mean, the first thing that he did is that, okay, so he won the Republican nomination. And that proves he's not right in the head, because those people didn't want him in their club. I mean, how unstable and like unable to run our country. You know, I mean, like, how mentally off do you have to be to join a club that no one wants you to join, and then like just bully your way in and take over the whole thing, and just like run the whole club when nobody in the club wants you there. Like, you just busted the door down and went in and took the club over. So that right there tells you that he's got to be completely mentally unstable. I mean, he's so inarticulate. Like, the stuff he says doesn't make sense. Like, he debated all those Republicans, and like he made them all look like they were idiots. I mean, how unstable in your mind do you have to be to like debate other people and make them look bad? I mean, to call Hillary crooked, you know, and nobody agreed with that. I mean, nobody, he was saying, lock her up. And of course, nobody was chanting along, lock her up, lock her, because nobody believes that. Okay, so that's, well, what else can we do? Oh, he has all that money. I mean, he went out in a free market economy and he earned all of that money. I mean, that right there. No politician earns money. I mean, you go to college, you get your law degree, and then you go into politics. You never earn an actual dime. You don't create something. Of course he's unfit to run our country. He's totally different than anybody else that ran our country. He's completely off his rocker. To make all that money, I mean, he had to like deal with laborers and unions and zoning boards and, you know, financiers. There's like these total, I mean, what politician knows how to do any of that? He's totally unfit for the presidency. I mean, if you can run a global corporation, there's no way you can run a government. I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, and clearly no one thinks he's attractive. Nobody thinks he's powerful. Nobody thinks he's cool. I mean, look at the ugly women he's dated. Well, never mind about that. Yeah, supermodels don't like him. Okay, so what else can we do? Oh, the way he handled North Korea. That's unhinged. That's unhinged. How dare he go to one of our enemies who are trying to build bombs to destroy us and tell them, if you do that, I'm going to whoop your ass. Why? He's totally got to be unqualified to do that. I mean, what president would do that? Everyone knows the way you deal with evil dictators that are trying to build nuclear weapons is you give them more money and you give them whatever they want, and you hope they go away. I mean, because that's how you handle burglars. You know, they knock on your door and like, give us all your stuff, and you're like, okay, so here's all my stuff. Please don't hurt me. I mean, you don't actually call the police or anything, or like go get your gun and go to the next house. That would be stupid. So yeah, the way he handled, and here's definitive proof that Donald Trump is unfit for the presidency. The economy. Everybody knows when you're president that the economy is supposed to go just like Barack Obama. I mean, you know, we were here. When he was done, we were down here. That's the way it's supposed to be done, right? Like my whole life, all the presidents have like tanked our economy. So that maybe that won't work. Okay, so he's totally unqualified because, well, think how stupid, how ridiculously brain dead you got to be this multi-billionaire and then decide to go, hey, I think I'll reinvent television. Because it's like so interesting that all these people want to come work for me virtually for free just to get the opportunity to learn under me, that maybe that some people might find that interesting to watch on television, and I don't know, maybe I could be famous or make some. Who does that? Obviously, if you're already succeeding at something, you don't try to branch out and do other things. You just do the thing you're good at, and that's all, right? I mean, Donald Trump is completely unqualified to be the presidency, be the president, you know, that everyone knows that the stock market's supposed to go down when you're president, and everyone knows that. Oh, here's the definitive proof. This is definitive proof that Donald Trump is unqualified and mentally deficient, because he kept his promises. Who does that? Everyone knows to be a politician that you're supposed to lie, tell everybody what they want to hear, and then in the end you do whatever people tell you to do. You just, like, whoever's paying the most, you just give them what they want and you screw everybody else. So Donald Trump kept all of these campaign promises, like one after the other. That alone ought to tell you he is completely unqualified to be the president of the United States. I mean, clearly we've made a mistake here, and we need to get the 25th Amendment happening so that we can get rid of this guy who keeps his promises, who makes the stock market go up, who scares our enemies to death and makes them come to the negotiation table. I mean, the next thing you know, he's going to go around and get all of the people in government that are taking bribes and that are like dirty and like working for everyone except the American people. You know, the ones that are like colluding with foreign governments to give them pay for play. I mean, the next thing you know, he's going to go and round all those people up and bring them to justice. I mean, what's the world coming to? This guy is clearly he's mentally deficient. I mean, he's so incapable and incompetent that he outed CNN and MSNBC as being completely crooked fake news and proved it to everyone how fake they are. So that alone right there should tell you that he is incapable of running our country, that he could take on the world's biggest media outlets and make them all look like idiots. I mean, what president does that? Clearly, you're supposed to make those people happy, do whatever they say, and kiss all of their rear ends. That's how that's supposed to work. So, all of those things prove that, never mind.